Hello everyone. Welcome back to the episode 2 of Learning Chess. And welcome back, Angad. And today we have a new guest, Nihaya, the Maldivian women's chess champion. And that's all I know about you. I only know the chess part, so that's all I can introduce you with. But welcome to the Chess 24 India, and welcome to the stream, Nihaya.
Hi guys, it's lovely being here. Thank you so much, Srinath.
Thank you. And Angad, how have you been practicing since the previous session? I saw you were playing cricket 19 1 hour before this session.
Will you stop stalking me on different platforms just to find out what I'm doing? How did you find out I'm playing cricket 19?
I have my ways. I keep track of my students, but
Oh, you have to focus on chess. You have to practice playing different games, so your mind is clearly focused. But I like that this time there was no introduction for me because Nihaya is here and you were like, Angad is the old student. I don't care. Let's introduce the new one first.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So I did some practice this last week. Not a great week. I think in some ways I improved in terms of I was able to predict 2 or 3 moves ahead. But yeah, I lost a lot of terrible games this week. So not a great week overall. But last night I was thinking, I was like, hey, suddenly I'm able to calculate better. So hoping that, learning all these small things eventually will lead to some expansion of my chess skills.
Oh yeah. I'm also really hoping. And Nihaya, can you tell a bit about your chess journey? How did it start out? And first of all, I can call you Nihaya, yes? That's how you are called in general, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Srinath said all he knows is that I play chess, he was lying. We've known each other for years now. Okay, and my chess journey. I started playing chess really late, like when I was 12 years old, right? And Maldives does not have like a huge chess community. So the first time I just took part in a selection just to skip class. And it was, like under time controls. And I won by time. I didn't really know how to play chess. And then I went to a tournament called Asian Junior Asian Chess Championships.
That was in Sharjah, yes?
That was not in Sharjah. This was in 2012. That was, I think,
Sri Lanka?
Yes, Sri Lanka. Hikkaduwa, right?
Yeah. That was in 2011.
Yeah,
I think
2011.
Yeah. It was.
Okay, yeah.
I won the Asian Junior in 2012, 13 and 14. And in Sri Lanka, I did not win.
Okay. So yeah, I went there and I lost every single game terribly. Like, what do you expect? Like, I just started playing chess a week ago, right? But then I went there and I realized how intense chess was. And I'm like, okay, this is something I want to start learning because these people here are crazy about chess. And I just didn't get it. So, I went back home and then I started learning. So this is when I actually started playing chess. And we had the National Chess Championships in like 2014. And yeah, I managed to win that one. So I haven't been playing internationally a lot, but nationally I do. Yeah.
And have you been winning the national championship since 2014, or was there any year where?
Is there a lag?
Yeah, I think her her video freeze.
I think they
Just before the stream, we were talking about.
Yeah. Hopefully, no internet glitches this time. But I want to mention Srinath.
Oh no, did I jinx myself?
Yes, Angad,
okay, now it's okay, right?
Yeah, now it seems good. Yeah.
Yes. Continue.
No. Okay, what was I saying?
You were talking about
I asked if there were any years in which you did not win.
Okay, since I've been playing, no, I'm on a streak. So
What? That's
I
a
don't know
7-year
yet.
streak.
So 2014, right? The last one, is that 7 years?
14,
14, 15,
15,
16,
16,
It is
17,
17.
21 will
18,
be the 7th year.
19,
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, 7. So, okay, that's a pretty long one, I guess.
Wow, she's like the Mumbai Indian equivalent of chess in Maldives.
Yeah, I have to grudgingly admit this year.
But I want to say, guys, I don't want to feel left out here. Even I have won like a chess junior championships. Okay, in my
Oh,
house
Damn.
against my sister. We had only one opponent, and I won that. So just want to
but
say
when
Okay.
did you beat your sister?
that. And I haven't actually. It's just a joke, Srinath, that you completely ruined.
You're like the Marco of your family
Yeah,
in
I ha-
chess.
yeah, true.
Okay, so as for the chess content today,
Hmm.
because I realized that you are not so familiar with the basic king and pawn in games, I
Yeah.
wanted to start with that. So the previous session was all about solving. This
Hmm.
time, I'm going to just show you a few positions first and explain the
Okay.
concepts. And then,
Okay.
based on that, I will give you some positions which you can solve and see if you have understood the concepts.
Okay. Done.
So, this first position is something I think you already know.
Yes.
I had shown it on the previous stream.
Yes.
So, it shows the concept of opposition.
Hmm.
And opposition, again, to reiterate, the it usually has a distance of 1 square between the king, the straight opposition, and the side whose turn it is to move has a disadvantage. So it's a has your video frozen, Angad, or are you being a really sincere student? The video has
Yes.
frozen.
Is it? Am
Ah,
I
no, now
moving
it's
now?
now yeah now it's good.
Okay.
For
Okay.
a few seconds
Okay.
it was frozen.
Huh.
Yeah, so there's this 1 square gap between the king
Yes.
and the side whose turn it is to move has a disadvantage when it is in this situation of opposition. So if it is
Okay.
black to play and black moves, this position is white to play. So it's
Hmm.
a draw.
Hmm.
It's disadvantageous to white. When white moves, black should maintain the opposition, which is this 1 square difference on the same file.
Hmm.
And then when the pawn moves and the king waits, the pawn moves, the king moves back, and the king should move back in a position where when the white king comes here to e6, the black king should go to e8 in opposition. So these
Okay.
are also called as key squares. So key
Hmm.
square is a concept where if the white king is in a certain square, then where the black king should be. For example, d5 is a key square. If the white king is on d5, then the
Hmm.
black king should be on d7, holding this opposition. And
Okay.
if the white king is on e6, then the black king should be on e8. If the white king is on e5, then the black king should be on d8. The logic is that if uh, the white king comes to e6, then the black king should be on e8, so that after d7 check, king
Yeah.
d8,
Yeah.
king d6, it's stalemate.
Hmm.
Otherwise, if this king is like if black goes king e8 here and white gets king e6 and king to d8, so now again it's a reciprocal zugzwang, and after king d8, d7, white wins. King c7, king e7.
Yes.
So this is the basic concept of opposition.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes to endgames in general, it's very useful to see which file the pawn is on. This will be
Okay.
relevant later. For opposition, it is not too relevant for the basic king and pawn endgames. But
Hmm.
in certain other endgames, it plays a huge role. Whether the So here also it plays a role. If the we'll go one by one. So the second question, again, this was something which we had seen, I think, the previous session. This is black to play. And what is the right move here for black?
It's h5.
King moves to.
Or we can even move the pawn to g4.
Yeah, but if you move the pawn to g4, then again it becomes a
Okay.
draw
Yeah. Okay.
because white gains the opposition.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's draw with best play from here on. So if black has to try and win here, he has to gain the opposition. So he has to gain the opposition as in he has to be in that situation where it's white's turn to play. So how do you achieve this?
By moving to g4, moving the king to g4.
Exactly, moving the king to g4. And here it's a knight pawn. The previous example we saw was a central pawn. Whereas here it's a knight pawn. So the closer you move to the edge of the board or corner of the board, the higher there is a chance of stalemate.
Okay.
So you need to be a bit careful with that in this particular example with the knight pawn. So when white moves here, you start outflanking, right? King to h3. You move to the other side. Then the king moves back here. Then you gain the opposition. And now the king moves to the corner, the farthest corner. And now if you continue this outflanking by king f2, king h2, g4, king h1. Now after g3, it becomes a stalemate.
Yeah.
Whereas if we move to the one side to the right, this wouldn't be a stalemate. The white king would have to move on to the h file.
Yeah.
But in this case, this stalemate exists. So you have to be careful such that at this point, instead of moving the pawn to g3, you need to come back with the king. And this is a small exception because now white gains the opposition and it is still black's turn to move. But beyond the 5th rank, this position wins.
Okay.
So you just move the king to this side. So you force white out from this side and then king h2 wins. So I think Niha, I think you know all these things, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
you're familiar with them. It's probably a bit of a revision, but not much of a revision, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't. It's been a while since I revised these positions. But I think after a while of practice, like most of this comes naturally to you.
Yeah. I think it's a bit like riding a cycle, yes? You learn it once and then
Yes.
you just do it, even if you haven't. So yeah, this is the essential
Actively thought of
concept.
it.
Sorry?
Even if you haven't actively
Yeah,
thought of
yeah, even if you haven't. So yeah, again to go through a recap, you have to start with gaining the opposition, and then you start outflanking. This is the outflanking maneuver. If the king goes this side, you come this side, and if the king goes this side, then you go this side, and you get into this position, and then from here on. Only thing is, at this point, you need to be wary of stalemating.
Yeah.
And so you come back and you force the king out from the bishop file and not the rook one. This can be a bit difficult to grasp initially,
Hmm.
But I think if we see enough examples, it will become clearer. And through enough repetitions.
Yeah. I always feel when you lose a game because of something, then you remember it for a longer time. Especially when an end game, like you will lose it in the last 30 seconds, it hurts when you have put in the effort for the remaining 9 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm hoping that you will get to a point where you gain half point because of this, or a full point, like a
Hmm.
draw to a win, or a win or a draw from a loss.
Lost, yeah.
This is again white to play. So the kings are in opposition. They are straight to each other.
Hmm.
But again, when it comes to opposition, the side whose turn it is to move is at a disadvantage. So how
Hmm.
can white force black to move without moving his king?
It can simply move its pawn.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's all you need to do. Do you want to make the move now?
Sure.
Yeah, you got that right. And now after black moves the king here, you outflank. You
Yeah.
move forward to the other side. So king to c5, king to d7. Now you come back,
I
the
come back.
opposition. The king moves this side. So you move to the other side, outflank. And then you get here. So once you have
Hmm.
reached this point, you have this two additional moves that you can make with the pawn. So you can
Hmm.
manipulate it however you want. So the next time he moves the king, and especially when your own king gets to the sixth rank, it's a position of power. It's a position of a lot of power.
Hmm.
And now after the king moves, you can start bringing your pawn. So when he moves back the king, you still have the opposition.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then the final outflanking maneuver.
Yeah.
So this is basically king and pawn endgames
Hmm.
in all the pawns apart from the rook pawn.
Okay.
There's someone called Magnus Carlsen in the chat who says he's scared because
Oh
Angad is
no.
coming for my throne.
Yeah, Magnus, wait for a week. By episode 3, I should be a champion.
Okay. I'm scared for Magnus now.
Well, I'm not sure if you should be scared of Angad or Niha. Now that Niha is also starting to take part in events outside of the Maldivian Championship. By the way, Niha, have you followed any of the YouTube streaming events going on, like uh,
Oh.
the YouTube tournaments and such?
So I just like watch a lot of like YouTube content creators when it comes to like chess, like Alex, like Photo Sisters.
Do you follow my
I
streams?
mean, yes, I actually do. Like
Okay.
it's been a while. So I see Srinath's chess streams and then I see his Among Us streams and I'm like, Srinath, can you please let me play Among Us with you? It's just like, I'm too busy. He's really rude to me.
Okay. That's convincing proof that you have been watching the streams.
Okay.
Srinath, are you still playing Among Us by any chance?
We have stopped. We have stopped in the
I
last
think
few
everybody has
months.
stopped playing Among Us. I
Yeah,
think
everyone
So
stopped playing Among
sad.
Us.
it's only the creators who are playing it now.
No, but the
Oh.
kids also play. These
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, in my society,
Nihal.
I'm like, or Nihal. I mean, in my society, I've seen like 7, 8 year olds, and they're like, I like to be the imposter and kill people. I'm like, this is not
No.
what 7 year olds should be doing. Please, beta, play chess.
True, true.
Yeah. Nobody is frozen, right? Okay.
No, no, no. I was just making,
You're setting up the next.
yeah, I was making some small changes to the. Oh, Angad, there's a raid from you. Thank you.
This just, I
Thank you.
think people from Instagram might be coming in. Good,
Ah,
good, bacha.
your Instagram raid.
Yeah, yeah. I posted on Instagram saying I'm going live right now.
Yeah, I know, I
I
know.
I've posted as well. I wonder if there's anyone I know watching right now.
Well, maybe you don't have as many chess followers. But yeah,
Yeah,
maybe this is
that's true.
from
No, I
Adiban's
was thinking
Discord.
about my friends.
Yeah, do your friends play chess?
Oh yeah, they do. I just hope some of them are here to watch because it is my first stream. You know, they better be here to support me.
It started with I hope they're here, and then it ended with they better be here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
You
is
know, like
Adiban's Discord, Angad.
Oh, Adiban. Okay.
It was a
um,
decoy.
It's okay. We'll take any rate from anywhere.
Absolutely. And I hope Adiban also learns a few things from this session.
Okay. I will not say anything.
Were you saying something, Neha?
no, I wasn't.
Okay.
But is my connection still unstable?
Yeah, it's stable.
Okay.
So this position is with the rook pawn. So till now, whatever positions we have seen, they were with either the central pawn or the knight pawn. See, with the rook pawn, it's a draw all most of the time. Like for example, if we have the king here and this king here, and let's say this is the position, it's a draw regardless of whoever has the opposition, because if you, for example, even get to this point,
Yeah.
and even whether it's white to play or black to play, it's a stalemate, because
Yeah.
there is no space outside for the king to push it towards.
Hmm.
But there is an exception if this king is cut off from the f file.
Okay.
Like for example, you reach a point where the white king is on e2 and black king is on g2, and let's say the pawn is on. Yeah, so this position, the white king is not able to reach this corner. So it's only white is able to draw only if he is able to reach this corner.
Yeah.
If white is not able to reach it, then black wins. So for this, the criteria has to be that the white king should be cut off from the f file. It cannot be into the f file, because if the white king is on the f file, then the black king will automatically be on the h file. It cannot be anywhere on the g file. And if the black king is on the h file, then it is obstructing its own pawn. The pawn is not able to advance.
Yeah.
So this is the thing with the rook pawns. So the rook pawns are a little bit of an exception. And this is also a theme you will see across a lot of endgames. Oops, just a second. Yeah. So now we have this position. It's white to play, and I think you can only reasonably make one move with the king.
which is f2.
Yeah, exactly. You go to f2, and the black king has to go to h1. Again, you can only make reasonably one move with the king.
Back to f1.
Yeah, and it's a draw either way. If black
Yeah.
plays the pawn to h2, it's a draw by stalemate. If
Hmm,
white
hmm.
takes the king back, then it's also a draw. Okay. Now this is white to play. Do you know what move white should make?
Wait.
You know it, yeah, Neha?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
she already looks like, in
yeah,
fact, it even before you showed the problem.
yeah. She's like,
Uh,
I know this one. Familiar.
I think it's just a compilation of what you've taught the past two exercises.
Yes, but it can be a bit confusing because at first someone thinks, why not just move the pawn, advance the
yeah, I
pawn?
thought that, but you will need 6 moves, but the king will reach by the
Ah,
time
you
black.
counted it all, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you know, there's a simpler method for that, right? You know, there is this method of square.
What?
So, like, if this pawn is on g4,
Hmm.
you have to take, you see the
Yeah,
square
yeah.
where it queens,
Hmm.
then the square, it reaches diagonally the farthest,
Hmm.
and then the rank that it is in. So,
Okay.
here it's the fourth rank. This is the rule of the square. If
Okay.
the black king is within the square, then it's a draw. If the black king is outside the square, then the white pawn cannot be caught by the black.
Okay. Okay.
So here you just need to see if the black king is able to come within the square.
Hmm.
And if he's able to do it, then it's a draw. The king can catch it.
Yeah.
Essentially, the king can catch the pawn. It's not always a draw,
Ah.
but yeah. And if it is white to play here, then the pawn queens by force. So you don't have to count in every position.
Okay. Got
Just
it.
one thing to
Yeah.
note is in the initials, the initially the pawn can move two squares. So
Hmm.
when you're counting the square, you need to take in account the second square
Yeah, yeah,
that it
that I
can.
did. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I did that. So my guess is that we will continue with the opposition in this case then.
exactly, exactly. Awesome. So then, what move do we make?
B3, king to B3.
Yes, king to b3. Then king to c5.
Uh, we will move to C3
Yes,
because outflanking right now won't help.
d5, d3,
Yeah,
e5, e3,
E3.
f5, f3, g5, g3. You come until this point,
Hmm.
and then from here, only from here, you start outflanking.
Yeah, got it.
Okay. So I think these are the basic starting endgames that you should know in general. And of course, there are also some more positions. Yeah, this is black to play. And How do you think black should play?
Uh, Actually, I'm not sure whether it should move to c4 or c5.
Okay, so the guiding factor, white has a rook pawn. So we
Yeah.
should try to move towards h8 in general. But to
Okay.
get to h8, first you should get within the f file. The f file is the place where you can make a draw.
Oh, so then we take the diagonal to the f5.
Yes.
Hmm.
So which move?
So c5.
Yes. King to c5. Oops. The chat, as always, are also
Cracking it.
yeah. And here black is just in time. Starting from king c5, the race to f8.
Hmm.
White king is in a race to get to g7 because from g7 you can
You can
prevent
block.
the black king
Yeah.
from getting to f8. King to d6, king to g5, king to e7, king to g6, and now in time to get to f8, and this is a draw.
Got it.
So after the white king tries to outflank with king h7, the black king just needs to go back and forth, f7 and
Hmm.
f8 and f7 and f8. So now we move on to positions with king and one pawn against king and one pawn. So far, all the
Okay.
positions that we have seen were king and pawn versus king. And this is white to play.
Okay. c4.
No, here you cannot take the opposition in any
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
So, but you also don't need to take the opposition. You're already in a position where you can outflank.
True. So outflank would be b6. a6. Sorry.
A6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. A6, king here, king b6. And now white wins
Now.
this pawn by force
Yeah. Yeah.
because the king can only protect this pawn from e7. But if the king is on e7 and the white
a6.
king is on either c6 or c7, then when it is black's turn to move, he has to move the king and white takes this pawn by force. So this is
Hmm.
also a certain type of key squares. When the black king is on e7, the white king needs to be on c6 or c7. King e8, king d6, king d8, and now this wins with the king on the 6th rank and the pawn on the 5th rank. It wins because in this position it should be yeah, I mean this wins regardless
Yeah. Yeah.
when the white king gets to the 6th rank in front of the pawn.
Hmm.
Whereas if the position was slightly different, like if the white king was on e5, then the black king would be on d7. and here black can draw, right? He makes king e7 or king d7.
Hmm.
This he can draw because after king e6, king 8, he's able to get into this position. The white
Yeah.
king has to force move to the sixth rank, and it
Hmm.
impedes his king.
Hmm.
Whereas if it's
Hmm.
black to play and if the king was on d8, which is what the previous position is, then the white king goes to d6 and
The opposition.
wins.
Yeah.
So then how do you defend in such a situation?
So I don't think the black king needs to go towards the pawn. It needs to keep following the white king
Yeah, exactly.
and
In
ensure that it
opposition.
doesn't raise. Yeah.
Yeah, king e7 and true. Okay, so this is white to play. Again, when the white king comes to e4, Nihao, you know this one, right? What does white play here?
Um, this is white can play king to c3.
Yeah, white
Is
can
this the
play.
same position? Yeah.
White can play the king to c3, but
But
now
now
again
black can
black is,
play e4.
yeah, black goes king e4.
Then you lose the pawn.
Yeah,
Wait, could you go back? Okay. So this here, I think you should play king c2 actually, because it's zugzwang, right?
yes, kind of. Here the important thing that you should do is you need to know what happens if white goes with the king to b4,
B4. Yeah.
trying to take this pawn. And now what should black do?
Black would wait. I don't think I'm saying the same thing.
I think you have, but you're probably recollecting.
No, I don't think I'm saying the same. Wait, let me go to the link.
Sure, sure.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, is the pawn on d4, d5,
Yeah, d4,
king
d5.
on b3 and f4? Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Here you want to eat the pawn, right? So you want to go to b4 and then the king moves to
Yes, Abhinav Kumar from the chat is correct. So here the question for black,
yes,
should he
b4
go
and
to
c5.
should he go to e4 or e3? I think I'm not sure if you're seeing the position clearly.
Um, wait, is it black to play?
Yeah, yeah, because white king played king before the last.
Hey, I'm thinking, I thought it was white to play this entire while. And I'm like, oh, if it's white's turn to move. Okay. Sorry, there's a lag, I think. Wait, I can't hear you.
Can you hear us now?
Uh,
Because
my
we can see you
internet
moving.
connection is unstable again. Oh, okay.
I didn't know that
I
was a thing
can't see
outside
you
India.
guys moving.
You don't see us?
Yeah, my connection's been pretty laggy these days.
So your connection is sending information, but it's not receiving information.
Srinath will track
Okay,
this
I think
problem.
it's better now. Okay, it's black to play, right? I thought you said it was white to play, and I'm like, white to play. B4, C5, King B4, and King C5.
Well, okay.
But
What if it's white to play? Then what would you play?
oh, white. If it's white to play, B4, right? And then
No, but the king is
C5.
already on b4, right?
The king is already okay. I'm not seeing the same position because my king is on B3.
Okay.
Wait, let me just watch the stream. Sorry, guys.
I think you should look at the position in the Zoom
Let's
meeting.
see.
Because
And I
that's
can
Yeah,
wait.
maybe,
updated
None
yeah.
of you are loaded. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, none of you are loading anymore. Okay, I have you guys back. All right.
Yeah.
Hi. So laggy. Okay, so the king is already on b4, right? So if it's white to play,
Mm-hmm.
b5.
Yes, yes, exactly. But why do you not go to
Yeah,
no,
b5 because
actually you shouldn't go
zugzwang.
to b5 also. See, here the point is
b5 is bad here.
yeah, if you can go to c6 that would be good. But b5 would be too slow because then let's say I just make a random move with the king to illustrate. So if you go to b5, black starts with king e3, attacking this pawn.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
You defend it with king c5, and now after king e4, white loses this pawn by
And
force.
then after king a4, then
Yeah.
loses it by
So
force. Yeah.
the whole
So
point
you
in
go
this
straight to
position
c5.
is that the white king needs to be on d2 when black takes the pawn. So whatever you do, wherever you go, when the black king takes on d4, then the white king needs to be on d2 at that point. So when he comes to e4 or e3, ideally the king should be on c2 or e2. e2 is not possible here, so c2. And then he takes the pawn on d4, then king to d2. Yes, Aryan, exactly. Mind square concept. It's called mind squares. So the c5 square is a mind square in this. When the white king gets to c5, if black king gets to e4, then it's a reciprocal zugzwang. So both the sides, if it is white's turn to move, white is losing. If it is black's turn to move, then black is losing. So this is known as reciprocal zugzwang. And zugzwang is a position, is a situation where whatever move you make, you are in trouble.
I feel like we have straight away gotten into the most difficult chapter. Like instead of like generally when you start studying, you start with the easy chapter. It feels like this is the last chapter of the book. I'm pretty sure it isn't, but it feels like that.
This is the starting chapter on that. But endgames are
Oh
the
God.
last chapter of chess. So in a way, you are right.
What is the last chapter? Sorry, endgames. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So the thing with endgames is, it
First of
is
all, the thing with endgame Srinath is that you should reach to the end.
Again.
true, true.
Yeah.
But you know, it was the one concept in chess where I felt you are not familiar.
Yeah, yeah.
meaning that you are familiar in a lot of other concepts.
Huh. Because I've not reached so many end games now while I'm playing these days. Like I end up resigning, or my opponent ends up resigning. For
ठीक है, I'll ask you a simple question.
I think is Nihaya there? Yeah, she's back.
Okay,
Simple.
am
So
I
this
back?
is,
Okay.
yeah, this is black to play,
Hmm.
Angad,
Huh.
and I want you to try and illustrate the concept of square.
Concept of square. Okay.
Yeah. So
This is
within what square the king has to be there to catch the pawn?
within what square? So basically between B4 to B1 to E1 to E4.
No, no, no. The pawn goes towards
Oh, sorry.
the white pawn goes to,
Hey guys. So it has, okay, it's B4, B8, then F8 and F4.
yes. If the black king is within this, then it's a draw. So black to play, your first move is very easy.
F4.
Yes, king to f4. And then the black king comes and catches the pawn on time. Okay, we are almost through the last portion of this chapter. And the next session will be on openings, starting from king safety, which is
Okay.
another thing I wanted you to focus on. So this is white to play, and either of you can try to suggest what white's moves here. I had shown this portion in the last stream when you were disconnected.
Oh, okay. And I didn't check the stream later on, so I have no idea.
Yeah. So this is a very, very interesting and beautiful.
Oh no, I keep on lagging. It's very sad.
Well, I think you're adapting to the Indian audience.
Is it very laggy there as well?
Yeah,
Uh,
generally.
yeah. I mean, I think you are on your way to becoming an Indian streamer already.
We'll see about
An
that.
Indian chess streamer.
An Indian chess. Actually, I can speak a little Hindi. So I think I could pull it off.
Great.
I cannot do
We
that.
Indians love nothing than a foreigner speaking Hindi. Like that's what makes us happiest.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Or is that sarcasm?
No, 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 really,
No,
really.
really, really. But that's common with
Really?
all countries. Yes, they all love when
I've never
someone
seen a
from
US
outside.
citizen getting happy that somebody's speaking English. Maybe with proper English, they are like, oh, you are
Eh,
good. But yeah. Okay. So I think I'll go first.
yeah,
White
sure.
to move, I think A4.
A4. Uh, so A4. What move does black play?
King to E4.
Yes, and this king is within this square.
Yeah.
So now if you play A5, then king to D5,
Then move my pawn ahead, A6.
king to C6.
Actually, it won't help because if I give a check right now, the pawn will take it simply.
Yeah, it won't help now. So moving back to the starting position, can you make a
Yes.
move that obstructs the game? And so many in the chat have got it right. Aryan Nair, Anshuman Swain.
Then you move the pawn to D5 because if black
Yes.
takes, it will obstruct.
Awesome, awesome. You got the concept perfectly. You nailed it. You graduated this king and pawn and games with flying
Thank
colors.
you. Thank you. I've never graduated anything with flying colors.
Oh, hey, here's your first, and
Awesome,
it's
awesome.
chess.
So a lot of firsts today.
Yeah,
Niha's first stream, your first graduation with flying colors.
yeah. Not my first graduation. Okay,
I mean,
graduation with flying colors. Yeah, that's the important thing.
absolutely. Vakar Yunus got it right.
Oh,
Vakar
Yeah.
Yunus is a regular, he watches my streams all the time.
that's nice.
And his brother's name is Wasim Akram. That's what he told in the chat.
You know, Srinath, who these guys are, right?
No, yeah, I mean, I know who
Yeah,
these guys are,
yeah. Okay.
but I think here I'm not being trolled. I think he really has a brother who's named Wasim Akram.
Though in real life, Vakar Yunus and Wasim Akram never got along. So it's nice if some parents thought to name their kids after them.
A lot of brothers also don't get along, so we never know.
That's true. That's true.
So yeah, that's the class for today. That's the chess learning part, and I I hope I didn't bore you too much with these king and pawn end games, because endgames are have the reputation of being really boring.
No. When you're applying your mind, you're never bored.
It's a bit
Yes,
like
and
max.
Yeah, it is.
yes, and I've learned that I still do need revision because that zugzwang position I forgot. So thanks for that.
Yeah, that's good to know because I was, worried about completely boring you, and you were like silent there, and there were people in the chat saying, "Blink your eye if you're being held hostage."
No, it's just that first I kept on saying the wrong position.
Yeah.
And then I was like talking, but there was an internet connection as well, like lag as well. Yeah. And then like I saw it at last, but then I forgot zugzwang, the position, and I forgot what I was supposed to play. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the moment Srinath started asking questions directly to you, your internet sort of froze. Before that, it was working
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
My internet's like scared of Srinath.
Neha started playing chess because she wanted to escape a class, but chess
Yeah.
got her there anyway.
What a good
Yeah.
student. To escape a class, she started playing chess.
I know, right?
Even your parents would be like, such a nice child we have.
No, actually, like after the selection, they called my parents, right? The school called my parents and they're like, yeah, your daughter just got selected to this tournament. And my parents were like, my daughter, are you sure you have the right child? Because my daughter doesn't know how to play chess. Yeah. And I went home and then they were like, where did you learn how to play this? And I said, I don't.
That's a
Okay,
great
so
start to a web series. Where a child has learned, like Queen's
yeah,
Gambit Maldives edition. We'll have the story of.
true, true. So shall we move to Discord where we get
Sure.
challenges, and this time shall we keep it to a lesser time? Would you be okay with that, Angad? So
Sure.
more people can play. So
Let's do it.
until what level would you be okay with? Like, would 3 minutes be too less or cool?
So I'm not good at 3 minutes, but I'm happy playing anything. I mean, we are all learning here.
Cool, cool. So let's go to the Discord voice chat and mute ourselves here. And all of you who are watching, please come to the waiting room on Discord voice chat. If you haven't joined the Discord, please do join. And also, yeah, do like the stream so more people can join in, and subscribe to the channel if you still haven't. And mods, please paste the Discord link.
I should come to live VC or waiting room?
No, you can come. I'll drag you to the live VC.
Okay.
Actually, yeah. So yeah, we can start off with Aryan Nair, who has been Niha. Can you also? Yeah, awesome. So the first person I'm going to drag is Aryan Nair, who was a regular in the previous session, and yeah, hello Aryan.
Sir, hello sir.
How are you?
I'm fine.
So how old are you? And tell us a bit about yourself.
14 and I am around 1700, 1800. I am unrated FIDE, but I on the other website I am around 1800.
Okay. So do you want to play with Angad or Niha?
Anyone?
Okay, guys, which of you want to take on Aryan? I say maybe we start with Niha because it's her first game, and
I agree. When I heard 1700, 1800,
Yes,
I'm like, I'll take the back seat.
let's do it.
yeah,
3 minutes, right?
yeah, 3 minutes. Aryan, please challenge Nihaya. That's her account.
ID?
Nihaya.
Okay.
And Srinath, you'll put the game in the Zoom?
No, not yet. I don't think it has begun
Okay.
yet.
But you will
Yeah, of course I
whenever
will.
it.
I will. I will.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay. Have you received the challenge, Niha? And after the game starts, I think we can mute ourselves on Discord and speak on Zoom, Angad. Yeah.
Okay, done. Done.
I don't know why, but it is showing you cannot play more than one game at a time.
Are you already playing a game?
No, I just logged in.
Okay. What's your ID?
Aryan OP.
Aryan. Niha, maybe you can challenge him. Yeah. Let me send you the profile link on WhatsApp.
Nihaya is on mute.
Yeah, but I think she can hear us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent the challenge.
You sent it?
Awesome.
Okay, I've received. Okay, let's do this.
Awesome. We have liftoff in the game. And I'm going to mute myself on Discord and
Yeah, I've done that.
go to Zoom.
Aryan is black, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Aryan is black. Niha is a pawn up. For those who are just tuned in, Niha is the 7-time Maldivian women's chess champion, starting from 2014 to 2020. Here it looks like white is in a bit of trouble. Yeah, the
Does it?
f2 pawn is attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you defend that?
Uh, okay. I guess bringing the queen to f3. No. No. Queen
Yeah.
to f4.
So I think Aryan was.
So I would bring my dark square bishop to e3.
Yeah, that would be the only move. And she's played it.
She did.
Yeah. I've been following
Uh,
Aryan's messages for the last 2 or 3 streams, and I think he's a decent player.
Dude, look at the speed of his moves.
Yeah. He's
He
been
has
playing.
he has only 15 seconds. He has lost like 15 seconds.
Yeah,
Ba 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 ba. The queen has only one square, yeah.
yeah.
See,
Now
I
he
would not
is.
have done castling. I would just keep on attacking when you have such a good position.
Yeah. See, the reason why he castled is because he wants to bring the rook to the king's file.
Mm.
So right now his bishop on e3, what it is doing is it ensures that the king cannot castle on either side.
Yep.
Like he cannot castle long and he cannot castle short. And now he's trying to bring his rook against the king.
I think for the first time he has taken like 20 seconds before a move.
Yeah, so far he has played very strong and very perfect. The variation he played, it's called Stafford Gambit.
Okay.
This is the e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight c3, bishop to c5 without defending the e5 pawn. And then after
Hmm.
knight into e5, knight c6. This is called Stafford Gambit. And I think there are also some videos on playing Stafford Gambit by the popular chess YouTubers.
Okay. So our king can't. Oh,
Yeah,
she
so
has
now
little time left.
she's, I think, playing after a very long time.
Hmm.
And the general YouTube audience have been doing nothing but chess in the last few months. Yeah, they've grown really strong.
Yeah. I mean, how quickly they can think about the next move.
Yeah. They've been practiced.
Again,
Hardik
yeah.
also, who played against you
Yeah,
the previous stream.
I think, yeah.
Okay, so she has got herself into a decent position. She has managed to defend, but she's having little time due to taking a bit too much time early on.
See, at this point, I wouldn't even care. If I was black, I wouldn't even care about attacking. I'd be like, "Ah, I'm winning it on time. Just relax."
Yeah. Lost on time.
Oh no. Yeah, I played a blitz game after a while, but that was sad.
Well played, Aryan. Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Aryan, how many hours of chess do you play every day?
3, 4.
Okay. You're really
You
fast,
played
man.
3-4 hours of chess every day.
Yeah, that was very fast.
Neha, can you mute yourself on Zoom and unmute on Discord?
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Aryan, you're playing for 3-4 hours since how many weeks or months or years?
Since 2, 3 months.
Wow, impressive improvement. Well played,
Yeah.
and
Thank you.
thank you.
Great game, Aryan.
Mm,
Great game.
Thank you.
Okay, so the next
Is there
person to join
somebody
us,
who
yeah,
is rated like 100, 150? I'm willing to take that person.
I don't know, but we have Amman Shaker here. Hello, Aman. Welcome to the
Hi,
stream.
hi.
So please tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm a mobile app developer in a company called Freecharge.
Okay,
Oh, free
we know free
charge. Nice.
charge.
Yeah,
And
uh,
how old are you? And
I'm
what is
30 years old.
your chess story?
It's my hobby, but I never got a chance to play a rated tournament.
Okay. Have you been following chess even before the lockdown, or did you start following just after the lockdown?
No, before the lockdown also.
Okay.
So he's a
Uh,
veteran when it comes to chess streaming. So
Are you still here, Aman?
yeah.
okay,
Cool.
clearly
So
he didn't like the
Uh,
flow.
I'm not sure how to send a challenge in Chess 24. My
maybe
idea is
yeah. I think you can challenge Angad.
but I'm not sure how to send a challenge
So go to Angad Ranyal, the profile. Like search for Angad Ranyal.
in Chess 24, right?
Yeah, in Chess
Yes.
24, there's a search button top right. Like there's your profile, then the language, and then the search button.
Yeah.
So
Angad.
Angad Ranyal, and once you go to his profile, click on challenge me with an exclamation mark.
Oh, just a minute. Angad Ranyal spelling
RANYAL.
RAN.
Yeah.
To me, it's saying no results found.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is your
Uh,
ID?
Aman Shekhar.
Okay. Same spelling. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I found Aman Shekhar.
Awesome.
What to do next?
Enter his profile, like click on it, and or even over around it, and you'll find this blue challenge me with an exclamation mark.
Challenge me, yes.
Yeah. Here you can set the time, and then
3 minutes.
click on the middle bishop.
Click on the middle bishop, done.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play a rated. Automatically jump into the game. Okay, challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Cool. We have left off. So, Niha, I think you can mute yourself on Discord. Come to Zoom. Mute on Zoom.
Okay.
Cool. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know why, but I'm. I don't. I think I need to deafen. I'm getting my voice echoed from somewhere.
Is it better now?
No, it's probably not from you. It's probably from Amman. Okay, I muted him.
Okay.
Cool. And what position do we have on board here? The kings are uncastled. The queens have been exchanged. And these guys are playing really fast.
Yeah. Okay. So Amman has castled bishops.
So yeah, what do you think is going on? Who is better here?
I think here like Amman is better.
Yeah, Aman is better. He's slightly better developed. But Angad is also, I think, playing pretty decent. He's not too behind on time, and he's also not down on material. And now I think BA5 was not a great move because
that was not a great move because now the rook has the file.
Yeah, now the rook is out. So now move the king and take on A4. Do you play a lot of online chess, Neha?
Oh, I haven't been playing much. So especially with Blitz time. So I feel like that's what happened today as well. But hey, I see that
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
been
yeah,
teaching your
yeah.
students really, really well.
Oh no, they're not. They're not quite my students per se, but oh yeah, Angad is actually doing well.
Um,
He's uh, he's starting to win these pawns, and Angad is very good at seeing when something is hanging. You know, he's good at grabbing material, but his
um,
weakness is that sometimes he neglects king safety. And here it looks like he doesn't see a way out for his knight. The knight can, of course, come out from e4, but yeah, he prefers to take the
yeah.
other knight. I'm a bit worried that he might be struggling a bit with his time here.
Yes.
So the white
He
knight is
has.
out, but now the white rook is not really threatening the. Now I'm sure Angad is saying knight moves, rook d2 check, knight
Okay.
d3 check. Yeah, so now rook d2 check, knight d3 check. There's still king b3, but rook a5 then wins a piece.
Yeah.
Okay, he goes after this knight into g2, and now he should go into a pawn end game and win. That would be sweet.
Yes, it would. He just needs to get the knights off.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy.
That's true. I feel
Um,
like when it comes to pieces, like knights are one of
hey,
the
he's
harder
exchanging one of the
pieces
pieces. Knight
to
c5
get
check.
off.
He
Mm,
went knight c1.
no.
I'm sorry, you're
Yeah.
saying
Yeah, I feel like knights are one of the harder pieces to get off the board when it comes to end games.
it comes to exchanging, yes. Well, the knights are quite tricky in general.
That's true.
Perhaps
What's
I
your
should be.
opinion on knights?
I like knights.
Knights.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tricks generally work more often in my favor than against me.
Oh,
Now, if Angad can exchange just one more knight, I think he can make a draw, even if he loses on time.
oh no, it's just 8 seconds left.
Yeah, and I don't know if he knows how to pre-move here, so it's going to be tough for him. Maybe it's good to have some kind of increment. Take the knight. Yes, 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 yes. Now I think he at
Okay,
least has a draw.
yes. Now his, yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Come on, Angad, you've got this.
Well
Draw.
played.
Can you hear me, guys?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hello.
Neha, back to Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amman,
Okay.
well played.
Yeah, I got. I blundered in between.
Yeah. Angad played really well, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, my I think my A4 move was really bad. A4 and
A4.
my
Your
13th move
pawn.
C3 was really bad because it was
Yeah.
my
A4 was no A4 was okay.
actually I
Against A5, what you needed to do was you had to take this bishop first,
okay.
and then after CB6, you had to play knight D6 check, so that you can play
Okay,
B5.
got it.
I'm not sure if you can see it right here, but maybe you can see it on stream.
Okay,
So you had to play knight D6 check, and then you get the pawn to B5 next move. then you're
Yeah.
out of trouble, and then you start taking black spawns. Knight into
Yeah.
e5, knight into
Oh,
b7.
when I blundered, then I looked at the time, so I thought I can try to make a draw because of the time.
Was that really that big a blunder? I mean, or would you call it a mistake?
Okay, nice game. Well played,
Nice game,
Angad.
man. Nice
Yeah,
game. Nice.
yeah.
And thank you for not taking my knight towards the end.
Thank you.
But Angad, you played really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Considering the speed, I think you did not make any blunder.
I just took a lot of time when he attacked my knight. When my knight was at f2, I was attacking, so I couldn't understand where to take my knight and how to like counter attack. So I took a lot of time, and then I realized that I can eat his knight, and that is where I started attacking his knight.
Okay, sorry, I was just a bit distracted.
No issues. No issues. That happens generally in life. People are distracted when they talk to me. Are we playing another game?
Yeah.
Okay.
One more game, yeah, last one. The last game, and oh, we have a popular YouTuber joining us for the last game.
These stats.
Yeah, B-Stats.
One more game, yeah. Last. Hello.
I
Hey
think there is echo
B-Stats,
happening.
you can mute my stream first.
Yeah. Muted the stream. Hello, hi, Srinath. Hi,
Hi,
Nihaya.
welcome.
Hi.
Hey.
So B-Stats, I'm sure all the viewers know about you, but please do tell us a bit about your chess journey. When did you start playing chess?
I've started playing chess like three and a half years ago when my brother wants to just practice for his tournament in his office. So he started playing with me, and that's when it started. So he crushed me badly. Then I got angry and I had
So
to learn.
all our stories start with being beaten
Yeah.
by our siblings. Yeah, it's the same for me as well. Unless I mean, apart from some people who want to escape their classes.
Hey, I got beaten too, okay?
But not by a sibling. So that hurts
Yeah.
more when your own blood defeats you and mocks you for the entire day.
Yeah,
I
my
guess
brother
that's
also beat me a lot when I was learning chess. And till now, chess is the only game where I can beat him. He's better than me in everything else.
I'm really glad that my siblings don't know how to play chess then.
Sorry?
I'm glad my siblings don't know how to play chess then.
But you
Well,
can beat them.
yeah, I mean, as long as they're from Maldives, I don't think they have a chance for now until the title
For
get challenged.
now. Yes.
So, Beastad's challenge, Niha.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
1 second.
Let
I'm trying to
me
log in, but I'm not able to log in into Chess 24. Give me a moment.
What's
challenge
the
you.
issue you're facing?
Hardik Sharma.
I'm trying to log in through.
No, not Hardik Sharma. Hardik Sharma is our first Discord player. He played in the last episode
Last
against
episode.
Angad.
Oh, okay.
He's a
Because
good player.
got a 1 minute challenge. Have to get used to 3 minutes first.
No, I don't think he has challenged you yet.
Oh,
We're still
okay.
waiting for his challenge.
I'm not able to log in into. I don't know
What is the issue you're facing?
First, it's saying the my name is already taken. The stats.
Actually, you're signing up.
Oh.
Huh? Put
Yeah.
some
So
beast number after beast stats, no?
Yeah.
beat stats and put your birthday. I think one of your fans would have taken that ID.
Adivan would have taken it. If Divan had been there before, he would have taken over Mr. B's YT channel also.
Okay, let's send some email to me. Just 1 second. I'm so sorry
Huh.
about this.
But B Stats is a popular YouTuber. Come on, guys.
No, 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 I'm not that popular.
I think B Stats is more popular than the popular YouTubers because he's mods in all of their channels.
Okay, I've logged in. Okay, now how I have to send a challenge to Nihaya?
Search
Go
on.
to Nihaya's profile.
Okay.
That would be. Hang on.
What should I
It's
do?
just Nihaya.
Yeah,
Nihaya.
Okay.
Oh,
Nihaya.
oh, what's your ID name again? Base stats?
Stats 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
एक दो तीन.
Okay, I found your ID. Which time format?
3 plus
3
0.
minutes.
Okay, 3 plus 0. Okay, I've challenged.
Got you.
Finally. Oh, and
Wow. Nihaya straight away went with her queen.
yeah. Yeah, sorry. I took a while to unmute myself on Discord.
Can you start with the opening position? Just
Sure.
quickly, we can see how we got.
So it started with this position, which is known as the Scotch Gambit. It's not
Okay.
Scotch Gambit, it's the Scotch defense. And here he shouldn't have taken with the knight, which allowed Niha to bring her queen. And this already gave her a better development. Yeah, she started bringing all her pieces out, and B stats was in the back foot. And she won this pawn because the queen is attacked. The queen has to move, and now she forces the exchange of the queen. So when you're a pawn up, it's generally a good idea to go into the endgame, which is what I was teaching you today. All the endgames where you are a pawn up and how do you win from there. So that is why they exchange everything when you're up on material. But even then, it's still important to know how to win.
Yeah, yeah.
Beast has got back one of the pawns.
Okay.
Now we are totally going into the end game.
Yeah.
In general, with the rooks, you know that the rooks are very effective on the 7th rank. Yeah.
Both the rooks. If
Yeah,
the
both the
rooks
rooks in tandem. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, White's strategy is he just needs to eliminate that b6 pawn, either win it by force, or even if he exchanges it for one of his pawns, that will also work. And then the passer will, yeah. So now just take this and then create a passed pawn. So, do you know what a passed pawn means?
Yeah.
You know a lot more than my other students on YouTube.
I have played chess, but when Samay told me to be part of COP3 is when I started playing it more seriously. So I got to know about these terms.
Okay.
But I generally knew the idea that a pawn straight ahead is going to help you. I didn't know it was called a passed pawn. So today, when you said a knight pawn, I had to like think what is a knight pawn. And I realized, okay, it's the
Okay,
file of the
okay.
knight. Then I got
Yeah.
it.
Awesome. So when I started with Ryder and Yaya and Aryan and all these people, I had to start from the scratch from zero,
Hmm. Hmm.
and that was also a very interesting experience for me because till before that time I had never taught to that level of basics.
Oh, she's going for another queen.
Yeah.
Oh, opposition.
Yes,
Not in.
opposition.
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
really
this is
in.
also an opposition.
Yeah.
You're right.
If we were moving sideways, if the game was moving.
Um, there are some situations where that applies also,
Hmm.
like the instances with the rook pawn.
It's checkmate, right? Yeah.
Okay.
I think there was some mate in one also, na back rank. I was getting back ranked.
Oh yeah. What was
Were
there
you?
a
When
back
was that?
rank? I don't think there was a back rank.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
point.
I was back ranked. Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
but she hasn't watched some streams, so she has to
Oh
revise her
yeah,
back
yeah.
rank.
that's true. I completely missed out because I was just thinking about the time, you know? Like I was like, oh no, I have to play really, really fast. How do I do this? Yeah, that was tunnel vision. I
Yeah.
missed it.
Yes, but also she just transposed it into a position which she knows is
Yeah.
winning for sure.
Yeah, I was like, okay, hey, as long as I get the rook off the board, then it will be like an easy win for me, like because I have like my a pawn, right? So I was
Yeah.
like, I wasn't thinking about checkmates. I was thinking about like, when you play blitz, like you play for tactics, I think.
Yeah.
But I was like thinking long term, how do I win this in the long? Then I completely forgot about the checkmate.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. You wanted to torture B-stats, yes? You didn't want
No,
him
I'm still getting the hang of this. But yeah,
I
that
thought you
was a
would be
good
going for
game.
two queens and like really.
No, I freaked out there. I was like, oh no, what if I lose on time again? Okay, there's a passed pawn. Okay, I'm sorry. Let
It's
me
like
just give
this.
you this coin.
It's like the scene from the Dark Knight. The knife that kills slowly.
Yeah.
I would to find where the resign button is. Thank you so much for playing with me.
Thank you,
Thank you
B-stats.
so much, Joe.
Okay, so with that, we come to the conclusion of this session. Thank you so much, Angad and Niha, both of you, for being a
Thank you.
part of
Thank
this.
you.
Thank you so much as well, Srinath, for inviting me. Angad, it was lovely to meet you.
Same here.
Everyone that's watching as well.
And
Oh,
I hope your
yes.
friends are watching it for the sake of
Oh,
your
they
friendship.
better be. Right.
Oh, yeah. And I also hope that you stream more with Chess24 and start streaming yourself as well.
Are you helping me on this journey, Srinath?
Of
Because I
course.
think I need a little bit of help for it. But
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I guess then I guess Chess24's viewers will see me around then.
Definitely. As long as you want to come. I mean,
Yeah,
as long as you're
definitely.
free.
This was a lot of fun, yes. I think I can make time. This is worth
Great,
it.
great. So thank you, Angad and Niha again, and thank you for all those who are watching. And I hope I see you again next Thursday for the Learning Chess series. And
Done.
also, yes, Angad.
Me, I'm saying done. We'll be there.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. And
Thank you,
also,
guys.
we'll be streaming the Champions Chess Tour on Chess24 India channel.
Okay.
So do tune in for that as well. It begins on 6th, 9:15 p.m. So see you there. Like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you still